I'm here to talk with you about United Nations Agenda 21, Sustainable Development. And as Americans, you're going to find yourselves completely at odds with and deeply concerned with the American transformation. This is the agenda for the 21st century, and that's what it's called by the United Nations. It is the blueprint. It is the action plan, as they call it, to inventory and control all land, all water, all plants, all minerals, all animals, all construction, all means of production, all energy, all education, all information, and all human beings in the world. It's the action plan to inventory and control. It's a transition from representative government to government by unelected boards and commissions. It's the erasure of jurisdictional boundaries, loss of private property rights, and ultimately, a loss of our sovereignty and our freedom. So, of course you're going to be concerned about this, right? Not just as Americans, but as free human beings. This is a nonpartisan issue. That's what it is. We are all Americans. We care about our freedom. And this is a threat to all of us. So, United Nations Agenda 21, Sustainable Development, was signed on to by 179 nations in 1992 at the United Nations World Summit, Earth Summit, in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And George H.W. Bush signed on the United States and committed us to implementing sustainable development, and it has been supported by every single president ever since. It was Bush, Clinton, Baby Bush, and Obama. It's a global plan, and it's implemented locally. So, United Nations Agenda 21, Sustainable Development, is the biggest public relations scam in the history of the world. But it's actually more than that. The agenda for the 21st century is a recipe for destruction. It enables and justifies monitoring and metering and restricting our access to energy and water. And you'll see that as smart meters, right? Instituting a carbon tax on industry, pulverizing our roads and destroying our dams, sinking our economy. This collapse of our economy is Agenda 21. It exhausts our military with endless war. How about instituting data collection, right? In schools, in healthcare, in government, in law enforcement, energy. This is what happens. It is enabling and supporting this. It diagnoses a huge portion of our population with mental illness and drugging us, right? Drugging us. How much protest are you going to do when you're taking your Prozac? Or smoking your weed? Bleeding our transportation budget with high-cost trains to nowhere. Revamping the school system by inserting sustainable development principles from pre-kindergarten all the way to postgraduate school. Declaring our public lands off limits to humans. Changing every land use document in the United States to require high-density development in city centers to more easily manage, monitor, and control us. It allows for warrantless searches and domestic surveillance, identifying us as potential enemy combatants in our own country. How about that? If an enemy was trying to destroy us, it couldn't do a better job, could it?
That's right.
Yeah. This is the erection of a corporatocracy. This is a totalitarian state being erected right around us. This is it. It doesn't come with flashing lights, right? It's a stealth plan. It's a stealth plan. It's not Area 51. It's not Catch-22. It's Agenda 21, the agenda for the 21st century. And yeah, it sounds crazy. And it is crazy, right? I'm not crazy. The plan is crazy. So let me tell you, there's an overarching political and social philosophy that goes with this plan, right? It is called communitarianism. Now, communitarianism says that the individual's rights have to be balanced with the rights of the community. We're Americans, right? We have a republic, a constitutional republic. We are guaranteed our individual rights. Our Constitution is based entirely on protection of our individual rights. This is why we have a government, to protect our individual rights. And what rights? Our property rights. If I steal from you, you can expect the government to come out after me. If I slap you, you can expect the government to come out after me. The government is designed to protect our individual rights. Right? But no, now we have communitarianism. It says the individual's rights have to be balanced with the rights of the community. Now, what rights does the community have? Right? What are the community's rights? They are undelineated, unwritten. They can change at any time, be given or granted or taken away at any time. It's all for the common good. Right? And, the individual is selfish. So your community, what is your community? It could be your local community, it could be the global community. But the individual's rights are like a feather, and the community's rights are always going to be like a brick. They will outweigh the individual's rights. So I have a visual that I like to do to kind of give you that sense of what this really means. So let's say we have two clear glasses, right? And one of them is a clear glass of water. I'm going to put that down here. That is individuals' rights. This is a constitutional republic, what we have here, okay? Now I'm going to take this other clear glass, and this is, this first glass, the constitutional republic, is full of water, okay? Now we have a clear glass of milk. And this is your communitarian state. What's that look like? Well, how about communist Russia, communist China, or Nazi Germany? To give you a couple of examples, that's all for the common good, right? Now we're going to balance them. We're going to take a clear glass pitcher, we're going to put it down here, we're going to take our water, our individual rights, our constitutional republic, and balance it with our communitarian state, okay? So what do you have? You got milk. You have subsumed the individual's rights into the rights of the community. That's what happens when you balance the rights of the community and the rights of the individual. This is what it's really about, okay? So let me give you an example. Well, basically, Agenda 21 is dependent on Hegelian dialectic, which sounds like it's all fancy, but really the deal is, it's crisis is proposed. And then, crisis comes up. Oh my goodness, what are we going to do? We got a crisis, we got to do something. Now, a solution is proposed. The balance between the two, the compromise between the two, now becomes the new normal, right? This is the new normal. It's something you would never have agreed to without that crisis. So, it's the third way. So, what's the crisis? Global warming, climate change, right? Climate change, global warming. Global warming, climate. It's really bad. It's terrible. Climate change, serious. The planet's in danger. The sea levels are rising. We're going to be, 100 years, you're going to be underwater in Bastrop. You'll need a snorkel to get out of bed, right? There's no time to lose. Yeah, panic, collapse, right? That's what you're going to see. So this is from my local paper. Remember, culture of emergency, right? It says here, it's hard to deny that the Earth is functioning well over capacity. Like an overworked horse, it's simply a matter of time before the global organism collapses. Yeah, right. All intelligent people agree that it's your fault. That's right. Our selfish, wasteful, greedy ways have nearly destroyed the planet. Okay? But what are we going to do? What should we do? Wow, guess what? It's the UN to the rescue, right? All right, we're going to save the planet. We're going to save the planet. The World Commission on Environment Development in 1987, this is called the Brundtland Commission. They came up with a book, it's called Our Common Future, right? And that's, you know, everybody thinks they know what sustainable development is now, right? You've seen the term, you figure you know what it is. It's like development that's sustainable, isn't it? Yeah, right. Well, here's where the term comes from. This is where the term was coined and defined in the 1987 Our Common Future book that's put out by the UN. Okay, it's development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs. That sounds really good, doesn't it? I mean, who would want to compromise the ability of future generations to meet their needs? I mean, do you think that, you know, your ancestors came to Texas and said, I think I'll do everything I can to screw up the world for my future generations? Nobody does that, right? Nobody wants to do that. So of course, what they decided is, yes, everything we're doing now is compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs. So what are we going to do about it? So the UN said to this commission, this World Commission on Environment Development, they said, hey, can you come back in 5 years with the action plan to implement sustainable development worldwide? And they said, sure, okay, we'll do that. So they did. They came back with Agenda 21, the agenda for the 21st century. Every aspect of our lives is covered in this 300-page, 40-chapter book. It's a program of action for sustainable development. Program of action. It's not some passive little document, right? Itself, it is a green mass. It's, you know, you might not catch all the things in here that you should be concerned about if you're looking at it. But this thing is really a direction. It is a blueprint to control your future and your life right now. The chair of that commission, who's Maurice Strong, I'm sure you guys remember him from the Oil for Food scandal. He had to split the United States and go live in communist China. He was had his hand in the cookie jar for like millions of bucks. Anyway, what did he say? He said at the UN, he said, what's unsustainable? The middle class lifestyle. Yes, the middle class lifestyle is unsustainable. Single family residences, private vehicles, appliances, air conditioning, meat eating. I'm sure you like that here in Texas, right? Livestock. That's a threat to the planet. Threat to the planet. Golf, dams. This is a threat to the planet. So, you know, there's a logo that goes with Agenda 21, and I know you've seen this. It looks like 3 interlocking circles. It's kind of like a piece of the Olympic symbol, right? And it's in my book here somewhere. I'll find this while I'm speaking. Economy, ecology, and social equity, right? It covers every aspect of your life. Economics, housing, transportation, land use, healthcare, water, energy, food production, and population control. How about that? China, all these 179 nations have their local Agenda 21 guides, and China has theirs. And if you take a look at it, they are working on a sterilization vaccine with the United States.